Good afternoon, and thank you for joining On Air, the On Air with Russell of Hotels live hospitality talk show. Hope all is well. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Thank you so much for the one person that's listening or watching me today. I appreciate that. Let me make sure my comments are on so I can at least read the comments, right? And then get my banner going. I'm live from LA as usual. Um, Show number 101. We'll get into more about show number 100, how much fun it was, and it was just good seeing some people that had kind of been on the show and kind of made On Air with Russell of Hotels what it is today. It's all about the people, right? It's not about me. It's about the people that have been on the show before me. So I do appreciate that. But let's see. Any comments? No, no comments yet. Oh, let me hold on. Let me refresh my Facebook because today we are live on YouTube and Facebook Live. Okay, so I'm omitting, just so you know, I'm omitting LinkedIn Live because when the algorithms of LinkedIn, I think I mentioned this before. So when you stream to multiple platforms and LinkedIn being one of them, I don't get a favorable I don't get anything favorable from LinkedIn. They don't like that you do that, right? So what I'm going to end up doing is just I'll post the video link later on LinkedIn so then people can see it from there, but it won't be live on LinkedIn just because LinkedIn is kind of screwy. And I understand if you understand the algorithms of what's going on, then you understand it and you can just roll with the punches. But anyway, enough of that, right? So, but thank you so much. So we are live on YouTube and Facebook Live, and then later it becomes a podcast. So, and the podcast is on Anchor, which is part of Spotify. So if you went to Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, we'll be there. But it won't be there now. We'll be there after the show's over because this is a live show, just in case you didn't figure that out. But connecting people and collaboration, that's what we're all about On Air with Russell of Hotels. Hashtag Hospitality Unplugged, which means we talk about everything hospitality related. If you want to hear it or not, we're going to talk about it. Okay, so, and there's some stuff here that I'm just going to mention, and we're going to just continue to move forward. But today is March 30th, 2021. Like I said, it's show number 101, Disruptor of the Status Quo, a marketing disruptor of the status quo. And that's what I am. At least that's what I hope to be or try to be or aspire to be. And why is that? Because people, the reason why I started the show in the first place was because I needed a jump start on my brand, right? I had the brand for several years and I said, well, what can I do leaving 2018 going into 19? What could I do differently? And that's when I came up with the show On Air with Russell of Hotels. I happen to be on another, what do you call it? I happen to be on someone else's talk show or radio show, and that was Craig Sullivan with Check Out California. And I said, I think I can do this. So I'm gracious to Craig for allowing me to come on. In fact, Craig and I we're supposed to reconnect and collaborate on him coming on my show. And I dropped the ball on that, Craig. So it's my fault. So I will reach out to you and then we'll schedule that as soon as possible. But you need to be on this show and so I can tell people who's the guy that got me started in this thing, who gave me the podcasting bug, so to speak. Anyway, industry news. Disneyland will reopen April 30th. Did you guys know that? April 30th for Disneyland. Now, what is that going to do for Southern California? That's going to give that Southern California a jump start, a shot in the arm, so to speak, because of COVID, right? And hopefully you received your shot in the arm or that vaccine, or you're waiting to get it or whatever. But so that's huge for Southern California, right? I think that's huge for a lot of places that have amusement parks or some traffic generator, if you will. So I think that opens it up for, I think Universal Studios is going to be coming online. I'm not sure about Knott's Berry Farm, but Magic Mountain. I mean, all those, depending on how Disneyland is going to do, I'm sure those other ones will follow not too far, after them. So that would be good. So April 30th, Disneyland reopens, and we heard it here last week first from Mayor Liz Crock, who was one of the VPs at Visit Anaheim. And I'm going to thank her later, but I'm going to thank you right now. But thank you so much, Mayor Liz, for being on the show. But I'm going to thank the group of the women that were on the show last week. all at the same time in a couple minutes, after I start the show. Well, I've already started the show, but as the show progresses. Oh, FYI, Mexico has COVID issues too. Okay, so we still need to mask up. I don't know what's going on with people going to Mexico and thinking they don't have to wear a mask and social distance. I've seen the videos. I've seen it. I see what's going on there. So we don't want something going on in Mexico that's going on in Florida, and people just losing their minds, just thinking COVID does not exist. Come on, it does. Just mask up because you don't want to ruin it for everyone else. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, we see you, and yeah, COVID. I mean, Mexico has issues too, and we don't want to go over there. And I'm not saying that I don't know who these people are, right? Because I haven't seen anybody that I recognize, but there's people that are not from Mexico that are not wearing masks because the people in Mexico wear masks and they adhere to the social distancing, policies or rules or regulations. So there's people from outside of the country that are coming over there and doing what they want to do. Okay, you can't do that. It's a different country, and you got to leave there, and the people still have to live there, right? So you don't want to take something over there and leave it there. Okay, so mask it up, do your social distancing there, just like you would do here. Digital tipping. You guys heard about this? Have you ever gone somewhere and wanted to leave a tip for someone, but now because of COVID, you don't want to handle your money or talk to people or whatever? Well, guess what? There's some contactless technology that has come out. So I guess, this is something that's different than what we're using now. Okay, so it's called Tipyo. Tipyo, Tipyo. It's an app. Okay, so it uses a QR code, and you can pay using Apple Pay or your credit card or a debit card. Tips can be sent to a specific employee or department. So if you're in a hotel or a restaurant, let's just use that as an example, tips can be sent to a specific employee or department with the app, also ensuring tips go to the right people by cross-referencing which workers were on duty when or which housekeeper cleaned which room, and all tips flow directly into a worker's paycheck. So, is that good or bad though? I mean, it's good that the tipping is going on. There's, contactless technology in order to give tips, but why do I want my tips going to my paycheck? Guess what happens? Don't I get taxed on that? Why do I want to get taxed on my tip? So that's the only issue that I have with it. And hopefully I'm reading it right. I got that from another source, but hopefully I'm reading this right where I'm now going to get taxed on my tip. What about just Cash App me, okay? And then let me worry about my own taxes. Okay, I have my own Cash App account, and just send me the money, and then I'll worry about that later, right? But if it goes to my employer and they're going to put it in my paycheck, guess what? They're going to tax me on that. So I don't know if I like that. So, but it is another contactless technology that, a lot of these things are going to be sprouting up now because of, COVID and things like that. So, and another thing that I talked about a while back, in fact, I had a gentleman on the show, it's called Tended Bar. So it's a touchless bar that I had talked about in two people, the founder and the director of brand marketing or development came on the show, and they were talking about their product where, it's basically a bar, a mobile bar that can be put in different places. You get a wristband that has a code on it, and you go up to the dispenser, if you will, and boop, and then it reads it and says, okay, what do you want? And then, it gives a combination of, say, 30 different drinks, mixed drinks that you can get. I want a rum and coke. Boop. And in 10 seconds, you got a rum and coke. And you don't have to sit or stand and wait for the bartender to get to you. Is that good? Is that what's needed, or is that overkill? I mean, that's the question that we need to know. Is it something that's needed, or is it actually overkill? I don't know. I don't know. So is that something we need? I think, okay, I always give my perspective. This is the Russell of hotels perspective, right? Yeah, I think it's needed, okay, because when's the last time you went to, especially you go to huge events, like let's say we went to a football game or something. I went to the new stadium, SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood, I'm watching the Rams play, right? So my option is to go to this crowded bar where there's a live bartender, or I can go to the less crowded where there's a touchless bar and I can get my beer. That's all I'm gonna get. I can get my beer in about 90 seconds as soon as I bleep, and I get my beer, and I'm on my way. So I think it's more about convenience than anything. So I mean, you got to weigh it yourself, and what do you think about it? Because everybody has an opinion on everything. But I think myself, I want to get my drink, get the heck out of there, and I can go sit somewhere else and go sit down and watch the game or whatever the case may be. But some people look at it as, oh, it's going to be taking jobs away. No, I think it's going to enhance an experience, because guess what? Someone still has to maintain and manage it and make sure it's clean, because I don't think it's going to clean itself. It's not going to wipe itself off. So someone's still going to have to maintain it. But I understand these things, you can stock them up so much, or you can put product inside of them that it can go, a week or so without running out, I guess, depending on what it is. So, I mean, I don't know, but I just think that, we're heading towards a touchless, not touchless world, but certain things are going to be touchless. Especially, I mean, I'm talking about hospitality, I'm talking about hotels. There's going to be a touchless component to things. We're already experiencing it with, you don't have to go to the front desk anymore. You have your iPhone or whatever phone that you have, and you can check in on the phone. You can go to your room. The phone will unlock your door and all this kind of stuff. So I just think we're heading towards a touchless, not, like I said, not totally touchless society, but there's going to be certain things, especially in the hospitality space, that's going to be touchless. So you heard it here first. If you didn't know it now and know it before, you know it. You heard it here on Russell of Hotels. So there you go. So enough of that. Let's see what else. What else I got going on here? Enhance your networking and your brand. How do you enhance your networking and your brand? I'll give you one. Well, is it two words? I'll give you two words. Clubhouse. Who's familiar with Clubhouse? I've been talking about this Clubhouse for the last month, because I've been involved with it for about a month. Clubhouse is an audio only platform. You can't see people, like, you can see me, and you can see what I'm doing, blah blah blah. No, you just get an avatar for the most part. It's still picture, but it's all about audio. So you're conversing with hundreds of people in one room from around the world. And what has it done for me? I mean, I can only say what it's done for me. It's enhanced my networking and my brand by, being able to go into these platforms, and you get invited on stage to talk to, it can be a couple hundred people, it can be 10 people, it can be 5,000 people. It just depends on the nature of the topic and, who's interested in listening. But Clubhouse is an exclusive club at the moment, so you can only get on it if you've been invited or you have an iPhone, or so you have to be invited and you have to have an iPhone, because right now still in the beta stages. So if you have a Droid, you can't get on it. So I thought that was funny, but so no, you can't get on it. So unless you have those two components. So I've invited probably 5 people in the last week, and I have 5 more invites. So if anyone's interested in getting on Clubhouse and seeing what it's all about, all you got to do is reach out to me. My email is russell@russellofhotels.com, and all you have to do is leave. I have to have your cell phone number, right? And you got to make sure you have an iPhone, okay? And that is the correct phone number, because I don't get any do-overs. So once I send it in, that's it. I don't get that back. If it's the wrong number, I don't get it back. I just lost that invitation. So if you're interested, I throw this out every week. And guess what? I think finally someone last week called me on it and said, hey, can I have a couple of your invitations? And I gave them to her. It was Marilyn. Last week, I gave her 5, because there's 5 people that she wanted to get on. I had 5. I gave them to her. And guess what? I got another 5, right? So I have 5 more as of this morning. So feel free to come on. And getting back to Clubhouse, the ins and outs of it, or the inner workings, it is, my involvement in Clubhouse has grown my connections on other platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn. And these are good connections. These are connections that people, they ask questions, or they want to know different things, or people that you can actually collaborate and connect with. So they're not just, dead space or just people that are just, they want to follow just to be following. No, these are people that are actually asking you for questions and things like this. Or, I just got invited yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was on probably an hour-long talk with Kyle Sanchez, he has his own clubhouse room. So from 9 to 10 yesterday morning, I was on there, and he was asking me questions about hospitality and what I do as far as the marketing space of hotels and things like that. Because Kyle himself is a filmmaker helping hotels and restaurants get more bookings using cinematic video marketing. I mean, isn't that something? I mean, so he's like making pictures or films or, for advertising, to advertise a hotel or resort or whatever. So that's different than a lot of other people are doing, right? So, but yeah, so he invited me to come on and have a conversation. So that's what I did. He asked me about, I don't know, they asked countless questions. There's people in the audience that were able to ask me questions as well. So, and what that does is, the people that are in the room, they follow you, and then they connect with you on like LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever. So I just think it's a great way to enhance your brand and enhance your networking. Okay, so if you're not on Clubhouse, check it out and see, and just let me know if I'm wrong what I'm saying, right? So have an open mind and do some different things, right? Be a disruptor. That's what I am. I try to be a marketing disruptor. Okay, so let's think about it. So what would prevent you from traveling in 2021? What would prevent you? I'm fully vaccinated, so I'm good to go. All right. So what would prevent you? That's the question for you, because I'm ready to go, right? As of last Friday, it was 2 weeks since my last shot. So which means I'm, fully, protected or covered. I mean, that's what they say at least. So I don't know what that means, but we'll see, right? As long as I don't get it right, we'll see. But hey, I'm ready to go. Who's hiring? Every week, I'm starting this whole new hiring thing. Who's hiring? I mean, yeah, you can go to some of these websites, but if you listen to the show, why not? This is just something I throw out there. You take it and run with it, or don't run with it. That's fine. But I always want to make sure the jobs and positions that I'm talking about, they're new positions, right? They haven't been online for 2 weeks or been there for 2 weeks. No, they've been within a week. And I think at least one of them, the two that I'm going to give you, there's two I'm going to give you that were just posted yesterday. So, but this one was posted last week. In fact, the guy called me, guy I used to work with on a project before. So, okay, so the first one is Hospitality Parking Services. It's a national parking service. They're looking for account managers. And I think they're looking for account managers all over the United States. So it doesn't just have to be here in California. They're based everywhere. Although they do parking services here, and they do parking services for hotels. So that's how I know about them. Jim McLean. I can't remember how to pronounce your name, but it's Jim McLean. Yes, I said it right. So we haven't spoken in like several years because we worked on this project together, Smart Layover. And he reached out and said, hey, how's it been going? Blah, 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 blah. This is all via messaging, going back and forth, and found out that he needed some assistance. I said, hey, what do you think about me, mentioning this on my show? And he said, great. So I said, that's what I'm all about, right? I'm all about putting brands out there. And if there's positions that people can get, that's what I'm all about, right? So it is a account manager. And what you need to do is email Jim at JMACLEAN at HOSPARKSEEV.com. Does that make sense? Jim, so J McLean at Hospitality Park Services. I guess it's abbreviated. So I'm gonna give it to you one more time. It's Jim. Jim McLean is his name, and his last name is spelled MACLEAN. Okay, and then his email is JMACLEAN at HOSPARKSEEV.com. Okay, woo! I got that out of the way, right? So if you're interested in that, reach out to them. It's a national organization. They do parking all over the United States. So, and just tell them Russell sent you, okay, and then you'll get the job, right? Russell of Hotels. Just tell him Russell. I don't know if you know about the Russell of Hotels, because when I knew him, I wasn't Russell of Hotels. I was just Russell Edmond. So there you go. You see how brands evolve, right? I was Russell then, but now I'm Russell of Hotels. Anyway, I'm being silly. The next position that is open, Director of Sales and Catering at a 179 room, the Central Hotel, downtown Los Angeles. Now, this hotel is formerly the Lux City Center. So anyone that knows downtown LA, where LA Live is, across from the JW and the Ritz and the Courtyard and the Residence Inn. So right on Figueroa, and I can't think of the street. Maybe, I don't know. It's not Pico, but anyway, it's downtown on Figueroa. Okay. It is now called the Central Hotel Downtown LA, formerly the Lux City Center. So they're looking for a general manager. No. Yeah, we're looking for a general manager and a director of sales and catering. So for the general manager, you need to have 3 to 5 years of experience, and it's a union property. So you have to have union. Why can I say union? Union experience. They must be looking for me because I have union experience, but I don't think so. But yeah, so you need to have union experience. Man, I know that's 179 rooms. It's a lifestyle hotel. I'm not sure if the name is going to stay Central Hotel DTLA. I don't know that, but I'm sure they're going through a rebranding, because I didn't even know that Lux City Center had not been Lux City Center anymore. I didn't know that until I saw this position. And the hotel group is called the Burgeon, Burgeon Hotel Group. So they manage properties and asset manage and things like that. So if you're interested in that, reach out. They're looking for a director of sales and catering, and they're looking for a general manager. So that's 179 rooms. It's called the Central Hotel DTLA, formerly the Lux City Center. So that's actually a nice property, because most of the properties downtown a lot of them are huge. They're 1,000 rooms or 500 rooms, whatever. So this is 179 rooms, right across from LA Live. So I would check that one out. If I was interested in the position, I would check that one out. Okay. And just remember to up your LinkedIn profile, get a new picture, headshot, make sure, all your information is there. Make sure you redo your profile. And just remember that it's your online resume, or it's a gateway to your brand. One of the two, right? So either for entrepreneurs, it's a gateway to your brand. If you're looking for a job, it's your online resume. So make sure everything is updated and it looks good and professional. And you got your headshot where there's not a lot of background. There's no one else, doing bunny ears in the back of it. I mean, it looks professional, and the background looks tight, or it's professional as well. So just make sure. I just like to give those little tidbits of advice, if you will. What is your okay? I have to say this, right? What is your LinkedIn SSI number? And I'm only making a big deal about it today is because my number went up. I couldn't believe it, right? I was looking at it last night just for kicks and giggles, because I knew it hadn't gone up, right? But it did. It went from 70. Okay, I went, originally it was 71. Then it went down to 70. Then it went to 69. Then I checked it again last night. Guess where it is? It's at 75. Ding, 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 ding. So 75 out of 100. And that's not the only thing. So I'm in the top 1% of the industry rank. Okay, so I'm in the top 1% of hospitality professionals. And then I was in the top 4% of my entire network. Now I'm in the top 2%. So I just went up. I just blew up, right? So whoo, man, because I was kind of worried, because I've been doing a lot of work. I've been, responding and making comments and posting things. I got a live show, or a show that's been on live. So I'm like, all this stuff has to account for something, right? Algorithms have to be, pleased with what I'm doing, right? Well, finally, I get a reprieve, right? So I went from 69 to 75. Boom, drop the mic. So it does work. So I said it to say this, continue with your brand or whatever, but you have to, and I'll just kind of tell you, for people that don't know what an SSI number is on LinkedIn, basically ranks four categories. It's establishing your professional brand, finding the right people to connect with, engage with insights, which means if people make comments, you need to make a comment back on your own page, right? So if someone says, "Hey, congratulations on this," you need to, "Oh, thank you so much, so and so, I appreciate you reaching out," something like that. But you have to respond. It's not about just liking, clicking the likes button. You have to make comments because it's all about engaging. So LinkedIn is trying to go more with engaging in order to, for you to get, I guess, more preference, within LinkedIn, and in order for your score to go up. So I do videos, right? I don't just do still pictures or postings or whatever. Everything I do has a video, and I've been adding music to it too. I don't know if music really enhances anything other than I like, certain beats. I'm like, okay, I like that song. Okay, let me play that. So I don't know if that really, if the music aspect plays into this, but I don't know. But the video definitely does. And hashtags on LinkedIn, limited to 3 hashtags only. Because some people will post on different platforms, and like say Instagram, you can put like 30 hashtags, right? Well, they'll copy and paste those and put them on LinkedIn. Well, guess what? It goes against you. So if you have 30 hashtags and normally you can only do 3, that's like 27 more hashtags. But guess what? That's gonna work against you. So make sure on LinkedIn you limit it to 3 hashtags only. Solamente. That's it. Okay. So that's a little tip, just a little tip. So, and you got to listen to me because I went from 69 to 75, right? So check out your SSI score on LinkedIn. Just Google SSI LinkedIn, and it will tell you. Just click, and it doesn't cost anything. You just click, and it'll tell you, right? So check it out. And then what else? What else? Is your hotel open, or did you go back to work? Create some FOMO. Now, if you guys follow me at all on any social media platforms, I post everything when I'm at a hotel. I post things because I do this thing called my office for the day, hashtag my office for the day. So if the hotels aren't posting, I'll post for them, right? Because I don't understand why hotels aren't posting things. Um, People are going back to work. Okay, people are there. Post something on your social media platforms because people are looking for you to post things. Okay, and not just posting, "Oh, I have a special now." No, people want a sense of, uh, I'll say belonging, but um, a sense of community, right? So hotels, especially on social media, you have to build a sense of community with your followers, your viewers, or people that connect with you. And that's how social media works, right? So, just be involved in your community, not just about your hotel. It's not about selling something. It's about, engaging. And that's what you want. You want people to engage with you, not just, okay, I'm gonna post something and goes, "Oh, I got 15% off of my hotel now." No, people don't want to engage with that. They want the backstory. What's going on at your hotel? Is it clean? Is it, what have you done? What are the COVID, protocols that you're doing? People need to know that, right? And I'm holding this because I need to drink this water. So thank you for the people that can't see me. I was holding a bottle of water and I was talking so much I couldn't, you know, take the drink. So that's why I made that comment. So make sure we use social media consistently to get your message out, whatever your product or service is. Stay relevant, and it should be a huge part of your marketing strategy. So hotels, make sure you understand what's going down. Okay, so non-meat eats. You guys know I don't eat meat. I'm 100% plant-based. So yesterday I had some chickpeas, right? I soaked them, and then soak them like overnight, 24 hours or something like that. And then I made some falafel. So I ground them up and, a food processor, throw, onions and seasonings and all this kind of stuff. And I think some baking soda. And then make them into balls, you fry them, boom, falafels, right? I mean, I love falafels, right? So anything non-meat eats. So I normally, have one section that says non-meat eats during the show, and I'll tell you what I had, for that, I guess it was just yesterday. So whatever, if I made something new, prepared something new, and I thought it was good, I need to share it with you. So have I posted this recipe? No, I have not posted the recipe, but if you're interested, maybe I'll post it, right? Maybe that's what I should just do. Just post it. Normally I do, but I guess I didn't think about that. So I'll post that on my website, which is russellofhotels.com, and just look under blog, and that's where it will be. So that's falafel. So that's non-meat eats. Of course, there's no meat in there because I don't eat meat. So there you go. Hotels, are you reinventing yourself? Are you swerving? I don't use the P word, use the S word. Are you swerving? How are you promoting to the leisure market? Because that's what we're doing now, right? We're promoting to the leisure market, to the drive market, to the staycation market. Staycation, all I ever wanted. Staycation, have to get away. I love that song, right? The Go-Go's Staycation. No, it's the Go-Go's Vacation. But of course, I throw staycation in there and, I just sing the song. But it has a good little jingle, right? So I like that song. So make sure you are appealing to that or promoting to that leisure market, that drive market, the market that's maybe an hour away from your destination or from your hotel. Those are things we need to be doing now. Contact information. How do you get a hold of Russell of Hotels? Well, my email is russell@russellofhotels.com. I'm on Twitter, and that's at Russell of Hotels. Instagram, Russell of Hotels. LinkedIn, I'm at Russell L. Edmond. I have a business page, which is Russell of Hotels. And then I have two Facebook pages, Russell L. Edmond and Russell of Hotels. You get the theme here? That's about branding, right? So branding is, you have to be consistent. Brand consistency, that's what that is. YouTube, I have a YouTube channel. Guess what it's called? Russell of Hotels. You're right. Good job. And please subscribe. I have 30 followers now, 30 subscriptions. Can we get more than that? Can someone help me out? 30? Come on, help me out. So go to YouTube, find Russell of Hotels, put it in the little, search bar, Russell of Hotels. You come to there and please subscribe. And I'm on Clubhouse. So if you're ever on Clubhouse, I'm at Russell of Hotels as well. And then my website is russellofhotels.com. Be a marketing disruptor and sponsor, come on the show and you can talk about your product or your service, or, I'll do some promoting for you if that's what you like. So you can, special promotion is your hotel opening. Are you doing something different? You got a new rooftop bar that you want to talk about? Come on and talk about it. Take pictures and send them to me and I can post them on the show. The show goes to hundreds, if not thousands of people on a weekly basis. So check it out. So just remember, I'm not just on LinkedIn. I'm on every social media platform known to man, right? I'm even on Pinterest. Okay. Who ever thought, do you know that Pinterest is a good place for hotels to advertise and promote? Because guess what? Who is on Pinterest? Women. Okay. Women are on Pinterest. And just say for a family, who makes the decisions on where you travel and things like that? Women. Okay. So why not promote on Pinterest? Why not promote on TikTok? Okay, because people say, well, TikTok, there's a bunch of kids on there dancing. Well, guess what? Guess what the average age is? Is it the average age or mothers are on TikTok? There's 40% of the people that watch TikTok or on TikTok are mothers. Okay, so 40%. Okay, I don't know what the age ranges are, but they're decision makers. In every family, the woman is pretty much making the a decision on travel and things like that. So I'm on TikTok too. So I'll put my stuff on there every now and then or whatever, and see how it does, whatever. So I'm not saying you need to be on every single platform, but I'm saying don't, do your research and see which platform is best for your particular audience. Okay, so I throw things out there to see what sticks. Okay, because I have to be able to talk about them, right? Like, okay, well, TikTok worked for me or it didn't work for me, Or, but did you think about Pinterest? Because, we're always thinking about the traditional ones. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's LinkedIn, that's Twitter, whatever. But outside of that, what else are you doing? So just look at it. I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but I'm saying that sometimes you have to throw things out there and see what sticks. So make sure you don't turn your nose up at a TikTok or a Pinterest, because there's millions of people that are looking at things on Pinterest. I mean, I thought, I can't remember the number that I saw on there. There was, I don't know, 30, 40 million people that subscribe to that. So you don't need to get to all 30, 40 million. You just need to get to a couple hundred for the most part, right? But if you don't play, you're not going to get anything. Okay. So you have to be involved in some of these platforms that we sometimes like, oh no, that's taboo. I can't be involved in that one. Psst, not me, because I'm a market disruptor. So I'm trying to be on everything if I can be. So you like to say, throw it out there, see what sticks. And if it doesn't stick, then move on to something else, or don't do it. Don't do it at all. So there you go. So if you're reopening, grand openings, announcing your new business, you can come on the show, or we can promote for you. We can do all kind of stuff for you. So reach out to Russell at russellofhotels.com. So what is the Russell of Hotels group? Digital marketing, branding via social media, building your presence, staying relevant. That's my big thing, keeping hotels and restaurants or whatever relevant. That's what I do. And you can also go to my website and make reservations anywhere in the world. So did you hear me? I said anywhere in the world. So you can go russellofhotels.com, and then go to, at the end, it says book a reservation anywhere, or stay anywhere in the world, or something like that. Click on that, boom, goes to the site. You can aggregate and see which cities you want to go to. You can compare prices, blah, 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 blah. Every budget, it doesn't matter what budget it is. I mean, it's up to you where you stay. There's hotels on there from 2-star hotels to 5-star hotel. Doesn't matter. Any country, any city, it's there. So check it out. Let's see. Live show. What else do I do? Oh, I have a live show. Did you know that? And I have a podcast. So I interview today's hospitality professionals, and I'm a disruptor of the status quo. So I do things a little differently, right? I do videos that people notice. Okay, they're not your run-of-the-mill videos that, oh, okay, that's not. No, something that makes an impact, and that's what you want, right? For your brand, if you're trying to do a promotion, don't you want something that's going to make an impact? That's what I would do. So there you go. Let's see, what else? Collaboration, connecting people, and pointing people in the right direction. That's what I try to do. These questions I always ask. These are 4 questions I always ask people. What is that? Okay. How is your professional or personal brand staying relevant? Okay. These are questions for you, not for me. I already know how to answer those questions, but these are for you, right? So how is your professional or personal brand staying relevant? Number 2, knowing what you know now, is there anything that you're doing differently? Number 3, have you connected with anyone new lately? Number 4, what has this situation taught you? So ask yourself those questions, and apply things where you need to. Hotels, are you selling differently? Are you marketing more or less? Hopefully you're marketing more. Okay. I understand that sometimes, we lost some people. We don't have people. Well, guess what? You got to do more with less. So just because you got less people at your property doesn't mean you stop advertising or promoting. You still have to do something. Someone has to do it for you. And that's where Russell of Hotels comes in, right? You don't have time to do it? Holler, call me or email me, Russell at russellofhotels.com, and I can assist you with those things. But there's no excuse for not promoting your brand or your hotel or your restaurant. There's no excuse. None. Give me a reason. I'm listening. I don't hear anything. So, but no, there's really no reason. Are you waiting for things to happen? See, that's the difference. Are we waiting for things to happen, or are we trying to make things happen? I mean, that's it. I can end the show right now. So if you're not doing things, what are you waiting for? Just people just to come knock on your door? I mean, what are you doing? You have to be doing something. So just make sure. Quick shout outs to the ladies that were on my show last week. Now, if you guys didn't tune in for show number 100, you missed a treat because I had 7 ladies, 7 professional ladies. They're professional in the travel space, and they bring it when they come. They bring it. So quick. In fact, let me just. Can I do something here? Let me see. I'm gonna disappear for a minute, I think. But I'm gonna go and order the people that were on my show, and I'm gonna show their logos, and I'll tell you who they are. So I'm thanking these people. So Kat Von B, the traveling Greek, Sarah Dandashi, Ask a Concierge, Alignment Advising, that's Michelle Carlin, Marsha Edmond, Moreno Valley School District, an avid traveler, cruises to every Caribbean island known to man. Marilys Crock, VP of Visit Anaheim. She gave us some good information. She's the one who told me that that Disneyland would be opening on April 30th. Professor Leslie Butler, Cal Poly Pomona, the Collins College of Hospitality Management. And then Miss Sarah Good was on here. She didn't have a logo, but I couldn't leave her out, right? So so Miss Sarah Good as well. So those are the people that were on the show last week. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't. Oh, Mr. Scott Eddy. And we had a cameo because he was with Sarah Dandashi and Scott Eddy were in Florida working on a conference, or they're doing a conference together. And Scott, I've known Scott for a number of years. In fact, if you saw the show last week, I mentioned that we have worked on a project together. What was it called? Zipkick. It was an app, right? So I've worked on several apps. I see people don't even know that. I can do 10 shows based on, some of the travel apps or influencer apps that I worked on, from a hospitality perspective. They always want that, that perspective, that hospitality perspective, right? Okay. So I was that expert, right? But yeah, me and Scott Eddy worked on that. Now, Scott Eddy is a world-renowned content creator. We don't like to use the word influencer, right? But he's a content creator. Actually has his own show. The first travel show on Lifetime is Mr. Scott Eddy. So it's called Globetrotting with Scott Eddy, something like that. So check it out. Just Google Mr. Scott Eddy or Scott Eddy. Google his name and see the name of the show that he's on. I think they've already done one show, and then the pandemic hit. And then I think he said that they were redoing. They're starting to pick up, the production and things like that. So look out for that. It's on Lifetime. It's with Mr. Scott Eddy, and it is called Video Globetrotting. So he goes around the world and just basically, shows, the destinations and things like that. And it'd be interesting with the whole COVID thing. So, things like that and things that I do to talk about, stimulating travel or getting out, those things are needed, right? Because people need someone to kind of push them to get out, right? So if you're starting to see more creating FOMO, that's the reason why I say, hey, create some FOMO for your destination, for your hotel, because people want to see that stuff that's going on. They want to see that you're still using social distancing. People are still masking up. People are cleaning. People are doing all that stuff. Housekeeping is sexy. I mean, people want to see that. In order for people to travel, they have to see these things. So, people like Scott Eddy and, Russell of Hotels and Sarah Dandashi and Kat Von B and what's her name? I'm sorry, gosh, Sarah Good. Okay, sorry. So those are people that are involved in, their they're content creators. They're making sure people want to go out and travel again. Those are people that are going to stimulate travel for the most part. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other people, but those are people that I know. So that's what we want. We want people to get out there and do it. So check out, I said that to say this, check out Scott Eddy's show. That was it. Shout out to Mr. Victor Simmons. He did his presentation on how he got a job during the pandemic. I mean, who the heck gets a job during the pandemic? I don't know, but Victor Simmons did. And Victor's a good friend of mine with the Cal Poly Pomona. Hey, go Broncos. And he did a whole LinkedIn presentation. He was invited, met someone on Clubhouse, and he went on their show or their platform. And I guess they talked about different things, and they connected and collaborated off air, off the show, and then basically they had a conversation like, hey, why don't you come on my LinkedIn live show, and you can talk about, how you got a job in during the pandemic. And he gave, it was an hour long, presentation, but he gave four things that kind of resonated with me. Mindset is one, gather your resources, take massive action, and follow up and follow through. But the last one was, what was it? And why is my thing not working now? Oh, what was the last one? Oh my goodness. What happened here? Hold on. My thing. I have like three screens working here, and it, for whatever reason, didn't work right. So Victor Simmons. Okay. I'll give them to you again because now I've lost my train of thought. Right. So there was five things that resonated with me during this presentation on how he got a job during the pandemic. And mindset was one of them. He had a pity party early on, but he said, I give it 48 hours and then I got to refocus on trying to find a job. So he got his mind right. Okay. Gather your resources. Who are your resources? Who are those people that maybe you're friends with, your colleagues? I mean, those are resources. Or what resources was he looking to find a job? If that's LinkedIn, if that's H Careers, or is that Indeed? He wanted to make sure he had his presentation right, his resume was right, he got a new headshot, he had his resume professionally done, so he made sure his resources were in order. He took massive action. I mean, he made sure things were happening right. So he would get up every morning as if he had a job. I mean, similar to what I do. I mean, I get up, I get my walk on every morning, and I come down to my office, and I'm working I'm working every single day from here, right? That's just what we do. Sometimes you need to get dressed and come. Some people would just fall out of bed and be in their pajamas and get on the Zoom call or whatever. But he made sure he took that action and he followed through. So every time he had an interview or whatever, or made a new contact, he would follow through with a handwritten letter, okay, handwritten note. Okay, those are things that he did. And then the last thing, and I thought is a football analogy or sports analogy, play to the whistle. Okay, continue to go until you get that job. And that's what he did, because he had several offers, right? But you always want to tell the people, like, because jobs will take their time in making decisions, right? But if you were to tell them like, hey, just so you know, I did have an interview with this other particular company. They have not offered me a job yet, but I just need to know that, basically you need to hurry up and make a decision because I do have other offers, right? So you don't just say, okay, I'm putting all my eggs in this one basket, right? And that's it. No, you continue to go until the whistle blows, until you get that job, that job. So those are things that Victor Simmons talked about. So if you're on LinkedIn, follow or connect with Victor Simmons, and you'll see the replay of his presentation. I thought it was very powerful, and he's a good friend of mine. So you need to listen to it. So thank you so much. Real quick. I only have a couple minutes left, and I didn't really mean to go this long today, but I get to talking so much. I think I need to cut out some of the stuff that I talk about. But anyway, it's my show. I guess I can do what I want to do. But the topic, real quick, what's the social media secret sauce? Is there a secret sauce in social media? People always say, what are the hacks? What are the hacks of social media? How do I get things that go viral? I think people are lucky when it goes viral, first of all. But because some people are like, hey, how do I break the algorithm? Well, the algorithms are not made to be broken. People maybe can try to work within the algorithms, but you're never going to break through it unless you're hacking. You're literally hacking through the system and figuring it out. But normally, is there a need? Are you fulfilling a need? If you're fulfilling a need, that resonates with people, right? So if you can paint a story, or I can, say the people that I'm, my target market, they're all travelers, right? So I want to, present something to them that's travel related. Maybe they don't want to go to Europe, right? So, okay, I'm a tour operator in Europe. So that's appealing to them, right? So I'm sending pictures or posting pictures to all these people that follow me or that are connected with me to things that they're interested in because they want to go to Europe. I've been to Europe. I'm a tour operator there. They're interested in tour operators. So those postings, I won't say they're going to go viral, but you would do a lot better because those people are interested because you fulfilled a need for them, right? So that's how a lot of things go viral, other than crazy stuff that, people getting shot and beat up and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, that stuff is always going to go viral because of the nature of it, and we need to see, we need to see that kind of stuff, right? But if you can create some positive FOMO, and because they need that, right? Because people need to get out and travel, and people want to go to Europe and this and that. If you can do that, I'm just using that as an example, but that's how one posting does better over another posting. So just a little advice there. Stick to what you know, right? So I stick to what I know because there's a lot of people that do, oh, I'm a content creator for luxury travel. I mean, if I get another luxury travel person talk to me, oh my God, I don't do luxury travel. And it's just me, right? The meetings I do, I mean, I've done some higher end meetings, but for the most part, I'm in, the groups or the people that I place in hotels, they're 3 to 4 star, 3 to 4 diamond hotels, right? So they're the Marriotts, maybe some Courtyards, maybe some Hiltons, but they're not the Ritz and I've done some Hyatts, but even Hyatt are on the higher end hotels. So it just depends, right? So, but I stick to what I know because I came up in 3 star hotels. So that's what I know, right? So those are the people that I appeal to. Those are people that I connect with. Those are the hotels that I do promotions for because those are the hotels that I came up with and I know them inside and out. See, so that's the services, what they can do, what they can't do. Those are the things that I know. So that's what I stick with. So my advice to people, stick to what you know. I don't jump into luxury brands because that's not my expertise. Okay, so there you go. So that's it for today. I just wanted to come on, talk a little bit, share some experiences, whatever. Say congratulations to some people, thank some people, like Victor and all the ladies that were on last week, Scott, Eddie, and I'll mention them again because it's still, I guess this is the last day of International Women's Month. So I want to give another shout out, and I'm gonna close after that. To Sarah Good, a travel professional, Kat Von B, aka the Traveling Greek, luxury travel writer. See, she's a luxury travel writer and content creator. Professor Leslie Butler, Collins School of Hospitality Management. Sarah Dandashi, Sarah Dandashi, Ask a Concierge. She's a travel expert and content creator. Marilys Crock, VP Meetings and Partnership Sales with Visit Anaheim. Marsha Edmond, she's an instructor at Moval, Moreno Valley School District, but she's an avid cruiser, okay? And she runs my show for the most part, but I can get a hold of her today. Michelle Carlin with Alignment Advising. She gives me advice. She makes sure my business is aligned. So I do appreciate everything Michelle Carlin does. And Mr. Scott Eddy, thank you so much. I already gave him a plug, so I'll even give him another one. And then just a quick another shout out to Victor Simmons for the presentation. So go on LinkedIn, Victor Simmons, check out his presentation because I think it's fire. It's lit. Okay. I'm trying to be cool, right? So at the end of the show, I always leave you guys with this. The 4 P's, Russell of Hotels, the 4 P's, purpose, know your why or why you do what you do. Everybody says, well, what is your why? What is my why? No, just know what you do. Know why you're doing what you're doing. People, be a leader, be inclusive. Okay, that's important these days. Number 3, passion. Either you have it or you don't. Okay, ain't no faking the funk. Number 4, perseverance. Be consistent, continue to evolve, and don't give up and swerve if you need to. Okay, that's what I do. Leaders need to have more empathy during these COVID times. Be more inclusive with your team if you have a team. Use this time to develop yourself, separate yourself from the pack, learn something new, invest in yourself, and always, always stay relevant. Focus on what you can control. All that other stuff is BS and just get over it. Know your brand is your culture. Brand is muy importante. Okay, so that's your culture. So make sure you know that. And then leadership dictates where your company will go. So if you got a weak leadership, you ain't going nowhere. Okay, I've been in those situations before. Been in hotels with weak leaders, and the hotels didn't do well. Definitely didn't. Can't say anything else about it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. Out, and you guys have a great week. Today's Taco Tuesday, so have some tacos. But try to do 100% meatless today. Okay, do a meatless Taco Tuesday. Anyway, you guys take care, and we will see you soon. Peace. Come on.